So guys, yesterday was a huge day for Apex. There was so much information released, and the reason I didn't make a video yesterday was because there was just so much information going about. It was kind of like an information overload, and I feel like if I made a video it would have been a little bit too early, so I wanted to just chill for a bit, really absorb the information, and come back today and give you guys a full detailed run through of what took place yesterday. Because honestly guys, yes, we got a brand new trailer, but the information mainly came from people who actually got to play Apex early. So like there was so many content creators, so many gaming publications as well, just like spewing out information and spewing out news, and we have a very general idea now of what Apex Legends Legacy will contain. So I'm gonna stop rambling, but real quick, if you guys do happen to enjoy, be sure to hit that like button right now. A like goes a very long way on YouTube. Hit that sub button as well, on the road to 75k subs. And with that said, let's talk about Apex Legacy and what the hell was actually discussed yesterday. So we got information on arenas, we got information on the brand new weapon, we have some more legend rebalancing information, a possible new weapon as well, and not the bocek bow, a new weapon, and of course Valkyrie. But I will make a completely separate video for Valkyrie because she's her own like separate topic, and I want to really go in depth and talk about Valkyrie in a different way, so I'll make a completely separate video on that. So let's actually start things off with arenas, because arenas is the main selling point right now of season 9 Legacy, and Respawn is using arenas a lot to heavily market this season for good reason. I mean, arenas is a completely new mode, we all know this by now, and it's also very different from anything we've seen so far in this game. So in terms of maps, right, arena will launch with 5 maps in season 9, 2 custom maps and 3 sectioned off battle royale maps. The first map is called Party Crasher, which is held in some kind of plaza. Mirage's ship, the Mirage Voyage, actually crashed into this area, and this map takes place at night. The second map is called Phase Runner, which takes place on Talos, and similar to the Phase Runner in Olympus, this map also obviously has that as well. Then we have 3 battle royale inspired maps. We have Artillery from King's Canyon, guys, Gardens from Olympus, and Harvester from World's Edge. So 5 total maps, guys. It should be a very fun time. Now I did look at some streamers and everyone seemed to really enjoy the custom maps, so Phase Runner and Party Crasher. Party Crasher is set to be the smallest map and Phase Runner is just slightly bigger. Now how does arena work exactly? It's pretty much self-explanatory. So you have to wipe the other team to win the round. The first team to actually win 3 rounds and also leading by 2 rounds will win the match completely. If the match ties and each team has 4 wins, so it's 4-4, the 9th round goes to sudden death. You can't respawn teammates in arenas, but you can in fact revive them. So lifelines should be very good in this game mode. But she is getting nerfed as well, but I'll talk about that very soon. There's a brand new arena economy in Apex, so every single thing you have to buy. You have to buy weapons every single round, you have to buy legend abilities as well, you have to buy heals, all of that stuff. So you have to basically be very selective on what you really want to use and what you want to have in each round. Now what's also really interesting, guys, is you have to buy your legend abilities too, and I listened to some streamers talk about this, and basically everybody said that abilities weren't really a big factor in this game mode. Like hardly anyone really even purchased abilities, which is crazy because that means that this will most likely be all about gun skill and like map awareness and positional awareness. It's not really gonna be ability legends this time around, so that should be very interesting, and that would definitely change the flow of the game, and it will feel a lot more like Timefall because abilities won't be a big factor, but it should, you know, make this a much more different style of mode as well, like a much more unique mode if abilities aren't as important. And I also forgot to mention this, guys, you can in fact add attachments to your weapons, but they also come in tiers. So like you can't add specific attachments, you can basically upgrade your weapons and they'll give you like a set of pre-existing attachments. So basically, let's say you want to upgrade your R99, if you upgrade it once, you most likely will get like, you know, an HCOG sight or a barrel stabilizer, and the more you upgrade, the better attachments you get, which makes sense. So that's basically the gist of arenas in season 9 Legacy. As I said, this is a very different mode. It's not going to be like BR. If you guys have grown very accustomed to BR games, then this most likely will be a big shift because you have to learn to play a lot more defensive, a lot more strategic as well. There's no third party in, there's no camping, there's no heavy reliance on abilities as well. It's all about gun skill, map awareness, and, you know, just straight up skill. So it should be a very interesting mode. We'll see who actually really shines and really shows off in this mode as well. Should be interesting. Now let's talk about legend rebalancing real quick, because this is going to be huge in Season 9 Legacy. Basically a completely new meta is going to be here very soon. I want to start things off and take a look at all low profile legends. So Wraith, Lifeline, and Watson. In Season 9 Legacy, Respawn is officially removing low profile from this game, as I said like last week or something. This is a big deal because it most likely will make Wraith mains, Lifeline mains, and anybody who had low profile a lot more viable now. You basically won't take as much damage when low profile is removed, and also because Wraith's hitbox was also enlarged, this should make Wraith a lot better in Season 9 as well. Now in terms of individual legends, we have a very big fuse buff. We have a Loba buff as well, as I said before, and a Lifeline nerf. Now let's talk about Loba first, because Loba is getting a very long awaited buff in this game. Loba has been so average for so long, and it's about time Respawn gives us some true love. So Respawn is basically fixing and buffing Loba's bracelet right now, and here's what Daniel Klein had to say, a senior game designer, or should I say the lead game designer at Respawn, the lead game designer. We're not just fixing it, we're also buffing it. Full movement speed while it's in the air, no slowdown when you arrive. Now this may not sound like a huge change to Loba's bracelet, but it is, because let me tell you one thing, this gives you a lot more potential and different ways to use the bracelet now, because you can basically be a lot more aggressive, a lot more defensive, a lot more strategic. You can also take a lot more risks because of the increased like speed and stuff. You don't take any slowing down. So Loba, guys, might be one of my new mains in Season 9 if it's actually, you know, a big change as I expect it to be. Now they're also nerfing her ultimate just a bit by adding 30 seconds to the cooldown, which isn't too bad, but it still doesn't really make her any less effective, right? This tactical buff is insane, and I can't wait to actually try out Loba in Season 9. Fuse is also getting a buff as I expected. His tactical will now have 2 charges instead of just 1, and they're also reducing the cooldown of his tactical from 25 seconds to only 18 seconds. So you basically have double the damage because you have 2 tacticals in one, and you also have a much shorter cooldown as well. So Fuse hopefully should be a lot more effective because of this. I still think his ultimate could use some work, but at least Respawn is making some strides to actually have him in a much more effective place in the meta, so this is good. Lifeline is getting some huge changes, right? And we kind of talked about this before, because they're firstly nerfing her passive, right? They're removing the rest shield. So when Lifeline's drone is rezzing someone, there will no longer be a res shield to protect the person who's getting rezzed, which is kind of an interesting change. Like, this could definitely backfire on Lifeline mains, but we'll see. We haven't played this season as yet, so we don't know for sure. Lifeline's ultimate is also getting buffed, her care package, and what's taking place is that they're reducing the cooldown by 60 seconds. So before it was 360 seconds, and now it's just going to be 300 seconds or 5 minutes, which is still kind of long, but it's a change at least. And now the care package will always give you guaranteed upgrades to your kit. So let's say you have a blue shield, right? You'll always get a purple shield in the care package because it's guaranteed upgrades. So it is a very good change. Lifeline's care package was honestly kind of trash before, so this is good. And of course, they're also removing low profile from Lifeline as well. So some major changes and some, new additions for Lifeline mains. And that's basically just a glimpse of all of the major legend changes dropping in Season 9. We still haven't seen the full official patch notes, guys, but every single day we seem to be getting more information. So yeah, expect a very different meta, and we still don't even know the full horizon change as well, so you'll see. The new weapon, guys, the bocek bow in Season 9 Legacy, is going to be a very interesting weapon to use as well. Now, based on what many content creators who actually use this weapon had to say, it's a very strong gun. It's a very strong, very high risk, high reward weapon. I actually was watching Lulu yesterday, and she said that this gun needs some changes because it was insane in the playtest. If you manage to hit your shots, apparently it does insane damage. And here is the exact damage breakdown. So if you actually draw the weapon fully, it does 123 damage to the head and 70 damage to the body. If you don't draw the weapon fully, it only does 30 damage to the body. So obviously 123 damage is kind of insane, and if you do manage to hit those shots, you can be a very dangerous, player in Apex. But this weapon also has 2 separate hop-ups as well. The first hop-up is called Deadi's Tempo. Firing at the perfect moment increases fire rate, and the second hop-up is called Shatter Caps. Rounds split into a blast pattern on firing, similar to a shotgun. So this should be a very refreshing and interesting weapon to use, guys. I feel like PC players are going to be extremely good with this because of the better accuracy on mouse and keyboard, but as I said, guys, it just should be fun to use overall. Very high risk, high reward. and I want to see how it plays out, especially in arenas, so we'll see. Now to end off the video, the car SMG might have just been teased in the Apex Legacy gameplay trailer. For you guys who don't know what the car SMG is, it was basically the most popular weapon in Titanfall 2 and Titanfall 1, and everyone has been like begging Respawn to bring it back in Apex. Now Respawn did actually say on several different occasions that this gun will not be showing up in Apex anytime soon, but after some investigation and some digging, this is what we found in yesterday's gameplay trailer. So in the arena weapon selection menu, people actually pointed out that this weapon, or should I say the back of this weapon right here, has a very uncanny resemblance to the car SMG from Titanfall 2. And here is the image, and if we're being real guys, it does look very similar for some reason. It's not the R99 because the R9 is right next to it, it's not the Volt, it's not the R301, so what could this gun be? Is Respawn trying to tease something? Is Respawn trying to bamboozle us? What could this weapon be if not the car SMG? Now if this is in fact the car SMG, then most likely we won't see this until season 10 because Respawn hasn't made any announcements or any like revelations about this weapon so far. So it could be that Respawn is just trying to tease us and get us hyped for even more content coming soon. But if the car SMG ever drops in Apex, it's going to be a very big day for Titanfall fans because everyone loved that gun in Titanfall. So we'll see. What do you guys think about that gun? Do you think it's the car SMG, or do you think it's something completely different? What are your thoughts? So that's it for me today guys. We have so many more Apex videos on the way with Valkyrie and more information on arenas. We have gameplay of arenas coming very soon as well. And I also have so many big videos planned when Season 9 Legacy actually drops. So hit that sub button right now guys to not miss out on anything. I'd appreciate it so much. Hit that like button as well so YouTube can push my videos out there. And with that said, I'll see you guys in some more Apex. Hope you enjoyed. Till next time.